Hello Rat Bags, it's Jade Plays Games. Welcome to a mini access show where I take a look in depth at a game's updates or a brand new game coming out. Today is No Man's Sky. I told you guys I'd go over the patch notes and I'll show you a few things to do with what glitches are working and some issues I found. I'll also be showing you a good video for getting whispering eggs. They are very valuable, and if you want to get a good way of doing it, I'm going to link you to a YouTuber that's found a really good way of doing it. So come with me, let's go. No Man's Sky. What has been fixed? Now, I mentioned yesterday in my access show that they were prepping this up and it looked likely it might come over Sunday or Monday, but they managed to get it out literally only a few hours after I published. They managed to get the patch done. So 1.55 is the most current patch available for Xbox One, PS4 and PC. It has got an absolute ton of issues fixed, sorted, corrected. Now, I'm not really going to go through all of them, but I did find a site that collated maybe some of the best ones. Fix the memory leak in the interface, fix the number of crashes with freighters, fix the crash that affected some planets, fix the crash that would occur while creating a racetrack, reduced texture memory usage to improve stability, fixed issues where players would get stuck in certain missions, fixed an issue where players would receive incorrect mission instructions, fixed an issue where sentinels would chase players forever, fixed an issue where certain trade commodities are not available for sale, fixed an issue where player ships could not shoot themselves, reducing the frequency of storms, slightly increased the cost of launch fuel, slightly reduced the radius at which sentinels will investigate players, reduced the time required to scan discoveries, fixed an issue where multi-tool lasers would bend in the wrong direction. Out of that lot, it's that one that I'm really pleased with, slightly reduced the radius at which sentinels will investigate players. They just seem hyper vigilant all the time, they're always after me. Now, if you don't know, they have been doing a lot of bug fixing. Since the latest update, it has kind of broke a lot of things. Whether or not it's a given that it's going to happen, or whether or not you think they should have tested this more thoroughly, I don't know. There's lots of things you can't really fathom when you've got so many players playing it. And with a huge increase in players picking it up again, because of the popularity of the next update, it has led to a lot of problems, I'm guessing. There are some more specific ones though, fixed issues like the Purge mission, Ghost missions, some issues with legacy saves not working with large recipes, fixed issue where some base parts are not available in the blueprint analyzer. There is just a whole host, and I will leave the link for this so you can go check it out for yourselves. What I thought was interesting though was whether or not they've fixed the duplication bug. Okay, so the duplication glitch, is it still working? Yes, it is. You saw that screenshot at the beginning there and showing you guys it is after 1.55 patch. There are a few things though. On my last video I've done this, got 30,000 views, and obviously a lot of you guys found it helpful and you said it worked, but there was a small minority of you that said it didn't. I have to be clear, you need to follow exactly what I say, but also I'm going to add a few top tips very early, which I left towards the end of the video, where you can do it and where you can't do it. And so follow these guides and you can duplicate what you want. Now, whether or not it's right that you duplicate, that's up to you. For me personally, it doesn't affect someone's direct gameplay. It's not a true multiplayer game like Ark or a survival game, and I've said this before, but I will keep saying it. You are not going to get billions of resources and go and destroy someone's work, take all their resources or anything like that. Yes, you can grief other players, but you can only really grief your teammates. You can't really go around being a troll to everyone, and there are ways that you can turn it off so people can't join your worlds. So it's not really affecting gameplay, it's only your gameplay it's affecting. So if you want to cheat, go ahead. Obviously if you put in creative mode you can get all this stuff anyway, but there are some key things that people like to do or see, or maybe something glitched out and you just want to get back to where you was, or maybe your game crashed and you feel like it's part of that. They're the excuses. That's what I reckon. If people want to do it that way, it's up to them, it's their game. As long as it doesn't affect anyone else, they play it how they want. Anywho, let's go. Don't do it on a freighter. If you're finding it's not working, it might be because you're on a freighter or inside a building. Now, some people have said it does work inside their bases, but the majority of the comments I read have said it doesn't work. And after testing it, it does not work on the freighter that I have found. Maybe you can show me something, put a screenshot if you've got it to work on any other sort of freighter. Maybe it's a different type of freighter that it might work. But a rule of thumb is do it on a planet, not on a freighter, and not inside a base. Also, make sure you're on level ground. It won't work if you're on any sort of slope. They have to be touching on the same sort of level, and they do have to be one in front of the other. I've tried putting it sideways, I tried putting it diagonally. The only way I could get this to actually work was by placing it directly in front. If you don't know, if you've not watched the video, go and watch the video. The link is down below. I'll leave it on the end card slate as well, and it'll show you the full tutorial, show you exactly all the permutations of what works and why you could be doing it. But this is just a very quick refresh to show you guys it does work. You need to find flat ground. Like, it doesn't have to be completely 100% flat, but it can't be a real slope. As long as there's something that looks a little bit more flat, you should be okay. So then once you've found a bit of a flat ground, then you need to just place it in front. And as you can see, it's not 100% flat, but it's a lot flatter than it was when I was on that huge slope. You need to place a second refiner just in front of it. You need it to go as green as possible, close as possible. So if it's red or you've put it green and it's miles away, you kind of almost want them touching, and that's the best way to get it to work. As you can see, I've got something in inventory in that one, the one that I placed first, and now you can see in the second one I've got the same item. That's because it's already duplicated. Access it again and then take the item out. You don't have to have fuel in it, but I like having fuel because you can double up on it and you can refine it and get even better items, or you can just sell loads of refined carbon. So just re-highlighting, you can see exactly it is still in there. Now what happens is people are getting it wrong. They were taking the item out and then leaving the refiner there, but you have to remove the refiner. You have to pick it up. If you don't pick it up, you'll find that when you go into this one, it will have disappeared, but as you can see, it's there. So I'm going to show you why it disappears, or show you how it disappears as well. So there's my duped item in the second refiner. I'm going to take that out, and as you can see, I've got two refiners still there, and I go back into it just to double check I have taken it out. Now look in the first one, and when you look inside, watch what happens. The item disappears. That's what goes wrong if you don't pick up the refiner that you take the item out of. So it doesn't really matter which item what refiner you remove first, but you need to take the item out and then pick up the refiner. And I'm just going to keep showing you again, guys, how to do it. You can see now I've already put one in there, got one in there. Take it out, and I will have doubled up on this. So there you go. I've put the item in my inventory, pick the refiner up, then check the old one again, and you can see the item is in there. And that's how you duplicate things. My method of using 3 refiners is good to get you up to full stacks, but once you get to a full stack of something, then you only need to use 2 refiners. It's just as quick and easy just to use 2. Some of you were complaining that I didn't need to put 3 in my tutorial video, but you can actually place 3. You place 1 in front and 1 just behind, and that works just as well. But like I said, that's only useful when you're trying to duplicate really low numbers. Maybe you just want to get up to a full stack quickly, but once you're at a full stack, you can do it really quickly with just 2. And I'm just showing you again, you can't do it sideways. It won't work. It just doesn't happen. I thought it might be to do with touching it, but it's not. It has to be more or less right in front of it on that side, on that angle. And that's pretty much the only limitations. When they're going to fix this, I don't know. It seems a bit odd they've not got around to fixing this. It must be doing the rounds on the internet. I'm sure loads of people have alerted them to the fact. I guess maybe because it's not breaking the game, that people feel like it's not as important, and maybe just fixing, making sure people's games aren't crashing is probably the most important thing. But I imagine they will fix it very soon. So get on it if you really want to cheat and get loads of duplicated items. That is the best way to do it. So I also told you guys about whispering eggs. Now whispering eggs are worth quite a bit of money, so if you don't necessarily want to cheat but you do want to get your hands on lots of whispering eggs, there is a good way you can do it, and you do it just by this. You stand on top of them. Big shout out to this Reddit user who's done this way. I presume it's his video. I don't know if he's ripped it from some other YouTuber, but I couldn't find anyone else that had done this, and I got this from a PC Gamer article that linked me to this Reddit page. But that's what you do. You jump on top of the eggs, shoot at them, pick up the lava cores, probably do it in third person, and they leave you alone. The abominations, the creatures will just leave you alone. They won't come and attack you, or if they do, they can't do any damage. And once you've got the last one, just simply fly up. After a while, they will de-aggro as well, or you can just shoot them from the top of a bridge somewhere. But I've been told from reading the article, they do kind of just leave you alone and they'll despawn after a few minutes. It might seem like still a bit of a long way, but if you go from that side to the next side and then do it with the next batch of eggs on the other side, you'll quickly get as many whispering eggs as you want to go and sell at a space station or a trading outpost to get loads of units. So I had a problem with the whispering eggs. When I went to duplicate it and see if it would work for my video that I was obviously going to show you guys, there was no enemies. I could pick up the whispering eggs no problem. I just wanted to make sure they were going to spawn, and they don't spawn. They appear on the compass on the waypoint, but they're not actually attacking me. So let me know if you had that same glitch or that same problem. So right now, whispering eggs, if it is the case that's for everyone, a really super easy way to get loads of money if you don't want to duplicate and cheat, but you're kind of looking for a cheese method. This isn't really duplication, this is just a cheesing spot. So let me know how that goes for you. So there you go, that is exactly what's been happening with the No Man's Sky bug fixes. And it looks like the PC experimental branch won't be getting any updates now until next week, and I presume we'll get another batch. From here on out, it sounds like the developers do want to start focusing on quality of life improvements and just balance changes, rather than hot fixes, critical stuff making people's games break. So hopefully this means the game is much more stable. So if you've been holding off for a little while, maybe you've seen other reports, or you've had some issues and it kind of put you off, maybe return to it now after this patch and let me know what's going on. Obviously, as you saw, the duplication bug does still work. You just have to make sure you're doing it in the right area. And of course, that whispering eggs sort of thing with that is pretty good if you want to do it legit and you just want to get hold of some eggs. That's not necessarily a glitch. It's just a really good way of getting them. I'm Jade Plays Games. I will be doing some more No Man's Sky. I've kind of been playing it a little bit, and I really wanted to get more time into it before I started doing some more guides. So I'm going to do some more guides, even though it's probably a little late now. A lot of you have been finding out lots of stuff for yourself in Discord and stuff. I am going to work on some more simple guides just to keep people in the loop of what's going on and maybe explain a few systems that aren't explained very well, I find. So if you're all about No Man's Sky or you want general game news, then make sure you've got notifications turned on. Make sure you're liking this video, and I'll see you ratbags for another one.